So we open watching poor Bud bribe a girl to go on a date with him. I mean, she actually hangs up on him when she finds out that it's him calling her. And yet somehow this false confidence is still brimming. I feel kind of bad for him. Or at least I did until we find out later in the episode that he's a peeping Tom and has been peeping at Lover's Lane, which is just so creepy. Like, that's adult man creepy. Welcome back to another episode of The Rank. I'm John, and today we're going to be doing another episode of Married with Children. Now, if you're enjoying these episodes, or if you're just a fan of Married with Children and enjoy consuming content about it, please consider subscribing and or following. Like the episodes, comment, email your questions, suggestions, whatever you want to at info@therankpodcast.com. Please also consider becoming a patron on our Patreon page at patreon.com/therankpodcast. Now, today we're ranking the 18th episode of the second season of Married with Children, titled The Great Escape, written by Ellen L. Fogel and directed by Linda Day. So Linda's back. Now, for the sitcoms that have been around for a long time, I'm not going to worry about spoilers because, you know, this has been around. This episode has existed for, 47 years? 37 years. So, you know, take the time to watch it, I suppose. Or don't. Either way, happy you're here. Anyway, all that's to say, spoiler alert. Now, the whole point of this is that we're trying to figure out what the best sitcom of all time is. We rank every episode, and then we take the rankings, we average them out, and that gives you the series average, and that tells us what the best sitcom of all time is. In this case, we're doing Married with Children, starting with the Potent Notables.
Potent Notables.
This episode aired Sunday, February 21st, 1988. Married with Children had its strongest ratings number that I've seen so far, with a 5.7 after getting a 4.7 last week. Actually, the first three shows on the Sunday lineup for Fox all did better than normal for some reason. 21 Jump Street had a 6.6. And even Werewolf had a 5.1. I don't know where they're pulling these numbers. Although the shows after Married with Children, like the Tracy Ullman Show and Duet in the 9 and 9:30 slots, both did terrible. So I don't know. What's fun is I actually was able to find some viewership numbers for the competition this week. I don't know what Married got, unfortunately, but maybe we can do the math to extrapolate. Because according to this, the Winter Olympics on ABC got a 17.1 rating, but had 22.9 million viewers. And Murder, She Wrote had a 19.1 rating, but had 26.2 million viewers. So here's where it gets a little weird, because it says that My Two Dads on NBC had a 17 rating, but had 28.6 million viewers. So I don't know what these shenanigans are. I don't know what it means. It had a lower rating, but more viewers? It makes no sense to me. Anyway, there you have it. 60 Minutes won the night with a 20.2 rating, in case anyone was wondering. Now, for our other Potent Notable, we're going to do another actor highlight. And this time, it's Terry Weigel, who played Jade in this episode. Although we never heard her name, but she ends up coming back apparently in other episodes. Anyway, I couldn't find anything on her discussing her time on Married with Children, which was kind of a bummer, but she's had such an interesting career, I couldn't help but doing a Potent Notable on her. So Terry was on the cover of the November 1985 issue of Playboy and was the Playboy Playmate for April 1986. She got her start in Playboy, and she was the second Playmate ever to also appear in Penthouse. Now, she started getting some guest and minor roles in movies and shows, including Predator 2 and Marked for Death and, well, Married with Children. But she ended up getting in a car accident in August 1990, from which she had neck and back injuries so severe that she had to have 5 surgeries. Now, this caused her to be out of work for nearly 4 months, which forced her and her husband to sell their home, which is pretty sad, actually. Like, why does getting hurt have to mean you a forfeit of your life in America? Anyway, I guess you know where I stand on the healthcare system. Anyway, the need for money is what eventually drew her to adult films, where she became the first Playboy Playmate to cross over into porn. So there you go. That's your Potent Notable. Our first Playboy Playmate that did porn, Terry Weigel. Let's go on to the episode overview. So we open watching poor Bud bribe a girl to go on a date with him. I mean, she actually hangs up on him when she finds out that it's him calling her. And yet somehow this false confidence is still brimming. I feel kind of bad for him. Or at least I did until we find out later in the episode that he's a peeping Tom and has been peeping at Lover's Lane, which is just so creepy. Like, that's adult man creepy. But you know, back then it was considered like silly sophomore hijinks to peep for some reason. Like, the The cover of Porky's, the movie, is literally guys looking in on a women's shower in a locker room. It's pretty messed up. I don't know what was going on back then. It's messed up. Anyway, he bribes her to go on a date with him using concert tickets, which he apparently entrusted Kelly to get with his money. Of course, she doesn't. She ends up getting 2 tickets for herself and a friend with backstage passes and nothing for Bud. She was supposed to get 4 tickets, for which Bud is understandably upset. The reasoning Kelly gives is basically that she wants to bang one of the band members and talks about how he has a house in Jamaica and that she's one paternity suit away from living in it. I just want to point out one more time, Christina Applegate in this episode, in real life, in this episode, 16 while filming.
Yikes.
And it's not like she's 16 playing 20. She's playing 16.
That's kind of creepy, actually.
Make of that what you will for 1988. Now, while this is playing out, we find out that the Bundys have termites, and the termite guy who Peggy holds up to Kelly as a model of what you want to become by staying in school is charging them an awful lot for eradicating them. He charges extra because their house is shaped like a house, and it has a floor and rooms.
And windows, too.
Whoa.
So, a whole bunch of extra charges there. It ends up being $1,750, which is just like a ton of money. This part was actually pretty funny. But Bud sees the discontent on Al's face and decides he can get his revenge on Kelly immediately by showing Al Kelly's report card, which he was apparently just carrying around with him for some reason. Just keeps it in his pocket. It works, as Kelly ends up getting grounded. She's not concerned though, because she knows she can sneak out with no issue. But what is this? Something has changed. Because they have to tent the Bundy's house, Al suggests they sleep at his work, the shoe store, which has only one entrance and exit. So how will Kelly be able to escape from there? Further Bundy hijinks ensue, like Al fondling the foot of a Playboy bunny, who Terry Wagon, and then having a self-described nymphomaniac flirting with him. So we get to see Al be a creep, and then Bud take up his father's mantle and be one as well, asking to see the Playboy Playmates bra. Oh, the pride they must feel for each other. Anyway, the rest of the episode is Peggy and Al taking shots at each other and Kelly trying to figure out a way to escape. She eventually does, but ends up getting chased by the mall guard dog, much to Bud's delight. And that's how the episode ends. But before I wrap up, I just want to point out that they say that if they had stayed in a hotel, it would have cost them $8 for the night. $8 freaking dollars. Just wow, to where we've come on inflation. Anyway, let's go to the rank.
A rank.
So the rank is where I rank the episode based on 5 categories: story, acting, dialogue, episode coherence, and character relatability. I rank it on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. And then I have a laugh counter where I tally up the amount of times the episode made me laugh out loud. 1 point per laugh out loud gets added to the score. Now, before I rank the episode, if you're enjoying this, please leave a like down there and help us out. Okay, on to the first category, which is story. I gave story a 2.75. The story is that the house has termites, so they have to sleep at the shoe store, and Kelly is trying to sneak out to see a concert that she was supposed to have gotten tickets for Bud for, and Bud is screwing her over in return. I mean, it's fine. Next category is acting, which I gave a 3.25. We get a lot of David Faustino, who's not great. He seems to be getting a little bit better, but he's still not good. The girls they bring in to look pretty are not good actresses, but you know, who cares? Everyone else is good. No Rhodes is in this episode, which is interesting. Makes me wonder if they're a more integral part of the show than I realized. I don't know. So let's go to dialogue, which I give a 3.25 as well. It wasn't as funny as it has been. It was fine, entertaining for the most part, but I can't say the writing was great. I don't necessarily think it was bad either, though, just kind of fine. Let's go to episode coherence, which I gave a 4. I think the only thing that I don't understand is why Kelly still tries to sneak out. I mean, what could she possibly have still done at that point? I mean, it's like past, what is she gonna do? The concert's over. It also gets to be a little ridiculous that they always have things lying around the house or on their person to blackmail each other, they being Bud and Kelly. Other than those things, though, coherence was good. So let's go to character relatability, which I gave a 2.5. This episode is definitely hard to relate to. I suppose I can relate to wanting to get revenge on a sibling who screwed me over, so that's why the score isn't lower. But my goodness, Al and Peggy are kind of absurd in this episode, especially Al. So those are the categories. Let's go to the laugh counter. It's going to need a decent laugh counter to keep it into the top 3 tiers. It did not get it. It only got me 10 times. The laugh counter was 10 for this one. So that puts the episode total at a 25.75, which makes it a mediocre. Now for the series, the average is now at a 32.9, which keeps the series as an I'd watch it again. So thanks for listening and or watching. If you'd like to see a list of our episode and series rankings, you can do that on our website at therankpodcast.com. Remember to subscribe, review, and comment, and please consider supporting us on our Patreon site at patreon.com/therankpodcast, where you'll get access to all of our archived episodes. Remember to like the episode. If you're enjoying it, please like it. But I'll leave you with this. Why did the end of the episode feel like just another day for Kelly? Because she's used to getting chased by drooling animals while her parents don't notice.
Okay, I'm waiting for the punchline.
So Terry was on the cover of the November 1985 issue of Playboy and was the playmate.
Cut!
And was the Playboy playmate.
Cut!
Take 3.
And was the Playboy.
We're gonna be here a while.